Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to the Upsaw Shop. We are tinkering on a different Partner 5000 build. This one right now is stock. We are pulling it apart. I have the other cylinder that I've been working on. We are actually going to take this cylinder off and check it out. See how it looks. And we're probably going to be porting the other cylinder that we just cut the chamber and base on for this saw. Right now we got three different cylinders, so I figure we got a couple different builds we can try to see how it does. Can't go wrong for trying and seeing if new things work. What's the verdict? Can't believe that. I'm just about to save the dang gasket too. Yeah, so the piston looks pretty dang good. It's got a little wear spot right here. Hardly no carbon. It does have a few marks, I'm gonna assume, from carbon on the exhaust side, but it's not terrible. Cannot feel it with your hand. Can't feel it with your fingernail. And that's the exhaust side. She probably ate a little bit of dirt. Reason why it's like that, but look at the chamber. Everything looks way worse on camera, but the chamber is actually very, very clean. Transfer ports, I mean clean. Little bit of wear on the intake. Nothing crazy though. That's very nice. Yeah, so this one, I may try to use this piston. I'm not 100% sure. This one's actually flat top, looks like. Yep. Huh. Very interesting. All the other ones that I got they had domes on them. And this one's a flat top. Inside the crankcase is beautiful. Crank looks almost freaking brand new. So yeah, I'll definitely use that piston now that I know it's not domed, because I was going for a flat top. Sweet. So we got a very nice cylinder. So we're going to be building this other one. I got it set up on the lathe still. But on this one, we're going to try, to keep the chamber. We're not going to cut a step in the chamber like we did on the last one. And we're not going to hog out and open up the transfers. We're going to try to keep the closed port closed. Maybe add a couple finger ports to this one. That'll keep our crankcase volume nice and tight. And then we'll take it from there. I think number-wise, we're probably going to go close to the same numbers as on the other one. Probably going to be somewhere around 96, 98 on the exhaust, 80 on the intake, 120, 122 on the transfers. thing cleaned up pretty nice. Just try a little bit something different and see how they compare. I want to try to get a little bit more RPM out of it, and I think keeping the closed ports closed is how we're going to do that. This is the one that we repaired the spark plug threads in, so if it works, it works. If it don't, well, it just don't. Here is the intake. Intake's coming in at about 78 degrees. There is the exhaust. I kind of reshaped that backside just a little bit. No, I have not sanded it yet, but I will get to it. That's the shape we went with on that. She's sitting at about 95. And chambers cut. Base is cut. Transfers are sitting at about 120. And we throw just a couple fingers in there. Will it work? I have no idea. I suck at fingers, so I don't claim to be good at it, but maybe it'll work. So we are going to go ahead and get this thing finished up. We got to sand a few more things. Hey, then she's going to be ready to put back together. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Okie dokie. Well, I got a mess over here. But we got this 5,000 together. And I wanted to come in. I'm going to show you guys a couple things that we done real quick. And then we may start this thing up. This is the one that we had to make the spark plug thread repair on. And personally, I do not think it's going to last. The insert that was in it, when we went to tighten the spark plug up, the insert actually broke and it come apart. So we had to put a different one in it. And I really don't think that one's going to hold, but I put red Loctite on it. I put orange Loctite on it. I really don't look for it to last a very long time at the performance level that we have this saw. Well, as you can see, it looks just a smidge different than a typical 5,000. Your typical 5,000 has got the choke built into the air cover and a small carburetor. What we actually done, we had a 325 part saw. So we took the Poland 325 part saw and we took the carburetor and air filter setup and moved it over to this 5,000. So now it's got a choke, carb's got high idle, it's got a way better air filtration system. That's the filter that the 325 uses. And this is the carb setup that the 325 uses. I had to make this choke a while back, so it is not right for this saw, but it does work. So one thing I figured out, these bigger, I think the WT 180, whatever it is the big carburetor that comes on the 325. it's got a 13.5 millimeter Venturi, which the small ones, the small carbs, the WA82s, they got like a 12.78 millimeter, whatever a half inch is. It's actually 499 thousandths, and these are about 530 thousandths. So we got about 30-40 thousandths more Venturi. And the steel 026 carb, the older one, that's got the choke built into the air filter also, that one actually has the big Venturi. What I ended up doing on my other 5000 is I figured out that a steel MS250 carb actually bolts right up to this. If you drill the impulse, you got to move a little brass fitting, drill the impulse, and then plug the other impulse hole. Once you do that, you can use the MS250 carb on it. So that's what we did on our other 5000, and we got the big 325 carb and air filter set up on this one. As for the exhaust, kind of did a little bit like we did on the other 5000, but instead of cutting out this piece, I just end up cutting it diagonal right beside of it and stretched it out just a little bit wider. So yeah, I'll go ahead, fire this thing up for y'all. It ain't had but one start on it, so I'm not going to push it too hard just yet. I kind of want to give that daggone Loctite time to set up. If this is going to be the ticket, I hope with what we did to this cylinder, it will be. And if it does work, I got that other cylinder that we're probably going to build it to the same spec, same port numbers. And that one actually, you can put a spark plug in it. So you got two ways to do high idle on this one. We can use the handle like the regular Partner 5000 does. Or we can use the choke. One thing I did figure out a bit earlier, this older chain brake, when you really get on it, that chain brake will just lock. So I think we're going to switch this one out for one of the newer styles. This one works great for a stock saw, but as much power as this thing is going to be putting out, this thing locks way too easy. But this was in the parts box that I got from Mr. Smitty. So luckily, we can use this. There we go. Yeah. Now there won't be no premature chain breakulation, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. So we got us two different options now. Definitely hope one of them works. And depending on which one works, that's going to be the one that we are probably going to take to Sawfest with us. But as of right now, we got two ported 5000s. And I hope like heck this thing hangs in there and the spark plug stays together. Or the insert, I hope it doesn't pop out. So, you guys let me know what you think about this thing. Hope you guys have a great upcoming work week. Don't work too hard. And if they do try to get you to do a lot of stuff, you just tell them that Dub said no. Just no. Not gonna do it. Taking it easy this week. Get out of hard work free week coming up this week. So, you guys have a great work week. Dubs, we out.